Yes. Yeah.
But like the comparison, like with me and some of the other guys.
So that'd be something neat to see. The Heritage Center's at.
The Pirates playing in Williams.
Welcome back for the third period. Now this just happened on Monday. Was the NHL Winter Classic. I love watching it every year just because of what it is. It's just something neat to see an outdoor game in just a random field, whether it be football or baseball. This year's was held at Fenway in Boston for the second time. So it was neat to see, especially at an iconic sports venue like that.
Right.
Just because of the history behind it. I know they played at, I think they played at Wrigley. Was it Wrigley? Yes. Wrigley in 09. That was in 09 between the Detroit Red Wings and the Blackhawks. But the fact that just to see an outdoor rink in the middle of a football or baseball stadium is very interesting.
I heard there's another push to get it to come to Beaver Stadium.
We've been saying that for how long?
Yeah, but I heard there's a push again that people are trying to get it to happen again.
I mean, it'd be perfect because
it's the most logical one.
I mean, one of the biggest rivalries, the Flyers and the Penguins.
Interstate.
Literally in the dead center of the state.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the halfway point between both teams. How can you not do this? How can you go wrong?
It would probably be the most attended one, too. Because even though they did one at Michigan, Beaver Stadium, I believe, has more seating than the one in Michigan does.
Please hold. Beaver Stadium. Oh, please, can we change the hold music? It would, because Beaver Stadium is, according to Wikipedia here, is 106,572, where they had it at Michigan Stadium, that was 105,491. So that would be the biggest. But how could you not have it there? I mean, how could you not? We've been saying it for how long?
The atmosphere would be crazy.
Oh, the atmosphere is crazy going to one of those, because I was at the one at when it was at Citizen Bank Park. And that was even neat to see. I mean, yes, they lost, unfortunately, but still, it was extremely, just the nostalgia of it was just wow. It was just that big wow factor to see.
Right, but I'm saying, because you will get Flyers fans, you will have Penguins fans.
You will get that intermix
106,000 people. That's going to be off the charts, and it's going to look so cool on TV.
Yeah. Especially if it snows.
And you got to think the uniforms would be fantastic for that.
Oh, they would have to do something to incorporate Beaver Stadium in that, because that would be the first time, if that would ever happen. I believe that would be the first time two teams within the same state would be going head to head. Because New York's really the only one that can do it.
Two teams with a rich history, too.
Yeah.
In the same state.
Well, look at the Rangers and the Islanders. That's a rich history right there. Yeah, those two states are really the only two that could go. I'm just trying to think of other states that would have two in them.
Florida
would be one. Yeah, it just came to me as soon as I said that. That's really about it. California. Because
San Jose and the Kings.
Yep.
I think that might be it.
So four states would be able to do.
Are there any provinces that in Canada have two teams? Yeah, I'm making you work tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, man. I've been working all week.
That's why we're working for the weekend, as Loverboy says.
Sports league maps. Calgary and Edmonton.
Edmonton. Yep, you're right. Okay, so Calgary or Alberta.
The Battle of Alberta. Actually, I think actually they're set to play an outdoor game the beginning of the 23-24 season.
What about no? Never mind.
What?
I forgot they're not a team, so never mind. Just forget it.
Yeah,
I went to say what about the Nordiques and the Canadians because that was a rivalry. I'm like, oh shit, they haven't even been a team since like '96.
At one point, yeah. Well, actually, there will on October 29th of the 23-24 season, there will be a Heritage Classic game.
Oh,
which is an outdoor game between Calgary and Edmonton.
Nice. Well, the Heritage Classic is, I mean, the original Heritage Classic is what led to the Winter Classic.
And that was 03-04 between the Canadians and the Oilers. Oilers. Oilers, yep. Yeah. And it's being played in Edmonton.
Okay.
So I thought I heard something like that. So, but yeah.
Remember the first Heritage Classic? The one goalie was wearing a beanie.
Yep. Oh, yep.
We watched that at your parents' house because it snowed during the game.
Oh, by the way, it could be the Islanders, the Rangers, and Buffalo, and the Sabres.
Well, it would probably be the Rangers and the Islanders.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, they're you could pick two of those.
But actually,
for Battle of New York.
The problem with that is if it's the Rangers and the Islanders, they'd have to go over to Jersey and play at Giants/Jets Stadium, whereas you go to Buffalo, you're playing in Buffalo at that stadium.
Yeah, true. Also, another 3-state team, California. We missed the Ducks.
Quack 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 quack, Mr. Ducksworth.
I was waiting for that. So yeah, no, Beaver Stadium would definitely be. I mean, that would be a fantastic Winter Classic.
You'd be there with bells on.
Good luck in getting tickets. You could probably sell them out within seconds. But they are scheduled to actually have the next Winter Classic in Seattle.
Isn't the All-Star game going to be there as well?
That I don't know.
I thought that was going to be there in 2024. I'm
trying to think.
I could have swore I saw that. At this point, we might as well just not even get into the topic we were going to discuss. We could probably just do this the whole.
No, we could still. Yeah, we could still jump into those. The original topic was doing jersey. Just basically categorizing the Winter Classic jerseys. because the Winter Classic always comes out with interesting jerseys.
A lot of them are nods to previous jerseys or prior teams to that city. Like this year's, the Penguins is a nod to a prior Pittsburgh team. Was it the Pirates?
Mm-hmm. Now, I did like those jerseys. I really did like the Penguins jerseys just because of that little throwback to the Pirates. Trying to see here. Winter Classic. All-Star locations. According to this, the 2024 All-Star as location not yet announced. This year's the 23 NHL All-Star Game is held in Florida at Panthers Arena. So Yeah, they didn't announce next year's yet. Thought they would have. I don't know. But yeah, no, the Winter Classics are always fun to watch.
No, and it's I think a big reason for that is it's in a different setting than an arena.
Hell, when that time me and you went to that Phillies game when we got those Kruk jerseys. Remember what I told you? That was the last time I was
The
at
last time
Citizen
you were
Bank
there
Park
was for the
Winter Classic. But the last time I went to a baseball stadium was to watch a hockey game.
Hey,
How messed
nothing
up is
wrong with
that?
that.
No, but still funny on how that turns out. But yeah, it was kind of weird because I thought the Winter Classic this year was going to be held on like January 1st instead of the 2nd. It kind of threw me off there a little bit.
Well, I think some of that is because
Everybody's drunk.
no, because of the NFL playing on Sunday. They were doing I think they did like 3 games on Sunday. They did an early game and a mid-afternoon game and then a night game. So I think that was why they didn't want to have to compete with the NFL. That's why the Rose Bowl
Sunday
was pushed back onto Monday.
I think Sunday was all the games. I think Sunday was a normal Sunday football.
Was that what it was? It's been, dude. It's been a crazy couple weeks for me.
Oh, I understand.
I could have swore someone said something in my fantasy baseball chat about.
There were 2 games Saturday, or no, that's week 17. There we go. Week 17. That's what we need. See here. Now Sunday there was 1 game on the 29th. Was the Thursday game, the typical Thursday. Sunday was a full-blown normal Sunday.
Either way, they didn't want to compete with the NFL, and then that's also why the Rose Bowl and a few of the college games were pushed back because they didn't want to compete with the NFL.
Do you ever think Phoenix might get a Winter Classic? If they can do one in Dallas, you think Phoenix might?
Phoenix can't even get a freaking
arena,
and you're asking if they're going to get a Winter Classic.
I'm just curious on what the jersey would look like. Colorado should get one. Colorado should get a Winter Classic. Hell, if they can put an outdoor game at Dodger Stadium, because that started the whole stadium series.
We have the technology. We can make it happen.
I think it was at Dodger Stadium.
There was one at Dodger Stadium. Well, they played during the
it was the Ducks and the Kings.
During lockdown, didn't they do games at Lake Tahoe?
Mm-hmm. Because that was pushed back because of
the Rona.
Yeah, well, no, the game at Lake Tahoe was trying to think what game was that? That wasn't a Winter Classic, was it? Or was that a stadium series? Lake Tahoe. So I remember they had to push back. It was in 21. Because I know they had to push back the game with the Flyers because of the way everything was, like with the ice,
right?
Because the way the sun was hitting it, it was actually melting it, so it was getting too dangerous for the players to even play on it. Because there was 2 games. It was the Bruins and the Flyers were the second one, and the first one was Colorado and Vegas. That was the Lake Tahoe games. That was held in February of 21, which that was even neat to watch too. That was even neat to watch. Yeah, the Winter Classic's definitely something I'm glad they actually stuck with, because I think after the 08, they kind of had to. Because I was watching a documentary on that, and they were questioning whether or not they were going to be able to fill the seats.
But see, that goes to some of the ineptness of the NHL front office, that they didn't think they could fill the seats. Well, the NHL greatly underestimates its fan base.
And the fact that they filled the seats every one.
Yep.
Even in the coldest of Michigan. Hell, even the Heritage Classics, I think, were sold out. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see, because I remember watching the 03, the first Heritage Classic, watching the game, and it was that cold, the whole ice. You just see just almost like Bull is about ready to go. It's just that breath of cold air just coming out. Yeah. Even out of the goalie mask was really neat to see.
I was there with you. I remember.
Yeah. Here we go. The event took place in Edmonton Commonwealth Stadium in front of a crowd of 167, despite temperatures close to minus 18.
Yeah, but that's like a sunny day for them there. So
yeah, but still though, minus 18. That's cold.
I'm sorry for offending our few Canadian listeners. I will go watch Strange Brew and drink a Molson when we're done, okay?
You don't even have Molson.
No, I have Moosehead, actually.
Oh, there you go.
That is my preferred Canadian lager.
I'm torn between Labatt and Molson. I'm torn between Labatt Blue and Molson Canadian.
I thoroughly enjoy Moosehead. If I'm going to drink a Canadian beer, it's going to be Moosehead.
But yeah, that was at minus 18 degrees. That was insane. Of course, though, then the next one was from 03 to 2011 was the next Heritage Classic.
Yeah, they don't do those as often as they probably could. Well, I get why they draw them out, but I think they could probably do one a year and it would still be fine.
Especially with Canadian teams. I mean, you only have so many.
You could do the Heritage Classic with just the original 6.
That would be one. That'd be an awesome Winter Classic. 2, that would be an awesome Heritage Classic. Just because of the original 6. Now imagine if they get the designs from when they first started the original 6.
Yeah.
If they get those,
that would be cool.
Those designs as jerseys, that would be cool. Because for the Heritage Classic, they had one in 03, 11, 14, 16, 19, 22, and now 23.
So I got to say this, and it's something I always complain about MLB and the NBA about, especially because Nike does their uniforms. The NHL does alternate uniforms extremely well. They're not just like, I'm sorry, you can say as much as you want that the city editions or whatever they're called are tied to the city and tied to the history of the city. They still come across as inauthentic. They come off as a cash grab. Whereas when you look at a Winter Classic jersey or a Heritage Classic jersey, or even the reverse retros, all of those jerseys are steeped in the history of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
And they come across as genuine nods to the history of the teams. Whereas the city editions and MLB and NBA, they come off as tacky, and it just looks like an excuse to try and sell jerseys. Whereas there's an authenticity behind the NHL's alternate jerseys.
I mean, you know yourself, I love collecting jerseys.
I know.
And
I'm saying I
would not. I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, as we all know. I'm not a Pittsburgh fan whatsoever, but I would buy this year's Winter Classic jersey.
It's a great jersey.
I would buy that just to have a jersey of. Now, would I get a name on it? Probably not. Just have a blank jersey.
Not even a Lemieux, just for the sake of having a name on the back.
I couldn't do that. I could not do that. Just like
okay,
so
if you had to get, because you're a collector, if you had to get an authentic Penguins jersey with a name on the back, whose name would you get? Would you go Yager?
I might go either Lemieux or Lager. Yeah, Lager. Yeah, Yager. Either one of them two. I would go.
Because I sure as hell know it isn't going to be Crosby.
What makes you say that?
So
I could go a Ron Tugnut. I could go him. So I could go that direction. Trying to think here. This
would be a good third period topic is figuring out
Lemieux or
player from each team whose jersey you would have to represent that team in your collection.
That would, because I'm not going to go one to go, to be a current player. I would want something that
I got two guesses off the top of my head for two teams.
Go ahead.
And they're both goalies.
Go ahead.
Colorado's Waugh and New Jersey would be Brodeur.
I have a Colorado jersey already, and it has Bork on it.
There's Bork on it. Well, I knew you had a Bruins with a Bork on it.
I do have a Bruins with a Bork. I do have a Colorado with a Bork. Devils, I don't know if I want to go Brodeur or Stevens.
You couldn't go wrong with either one because those are
I couldn't.
Long-term Devils players.
Canadians,
Kings, I would think you would have to get. You'd have to get Gretzky, I think.
Yeah, for Kings, because that, oh, damn it, Jason.
Let's save this for another episode. Let's get back to the
yeah, because we're once again, now you're going to have me looking on player, because I'm trying to remember who all played during the Gretzky era of the Kings. Trying to think, because now you got me thinking on this. Damn it, Jason. You're making me think now.
I'm glad I can help.
Glad you can help. This would be a topic for another season.
Another day. We can do it another time. It's just because you're a collector, I was curious about the Penguins. But we can go down that road further another episode.
Yeah, like I said, I could do a Lemieux, a Yager, maybe a Ron Tugnut. For the Penguins. Gotta throw a goalie in there. Somewhere. Now you got me looking to see who was all on the rosters. I am. I'm actually looking up that now to see if I can find who was all on the rosters for the Kings that year.
Should we wrap up this third period and get into the plugs?
Because
before you go too far down the wormhole.
I'm already there because now I just all of a sudden looked like, I could get Gretzky, but I also could get Luc Robitaille.
Yeah.
I could get him.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Exactly. I could get Lucky Luke. I could get him. I could get Gretzky, Tony Granato. It'd have to be some, I'd have to get somebody like an old school player.
And you could also do Gretzky for, pardon me, for Edmonton too.
Well, I think Edmonton would have to be either Gretzky or Messier.
You could
One of
also
the
do
two.
SCA for New York.
Yeah. Also, I could do Richter too. I could do Richter, Brian Leach.
Yeah, we got to end this. We got to table this for a future third period. We could do every team.
So on that note, that's the end of the third because we have definitely gone off the deep end of this one here. Yeah, third period over on that one because this.
I think that's going to now be in the description as NHL Winter Classic discussion, not jerseys.
Yeah, pretty much is what we're gonna have to change that one because now, yeah, that would be another discussion because you know yourself, I would have to now think of every team and who was on those teams for specific eras.
And see, I'm in my head thinking, who would I get baseball wise for different teams, and that's a whole can of worms onto itself. Not that I'm a jersey collector, but
maybe make an episode of it because it could probably take an
episode of just us.
It could take probably a whole episode because if we do baseball and hockey, it could be a whole episode.
Probably.
You know, if we could do, you'd be one, see who you'd be for baseball. I'd be the one see for hockey, and then that'd be.
I'm trying to convince my dad to, since we're talking about all this stuff, trying to convince him to go to the Philly Card Show at the Greater Philadelphia Convention Center in Oaks on I want to say it's Sunday, March 11th, because that specific day, Steve Carlton, Pete Rose, and Mike Schmidt will be signing autographs and taking photos.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know you really want to go at that one.
I would like to go to that, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely went off the deep end.
March 12th was when it is. It just sucks it's a Sunday, but I mean, that's a heck of a way to spend some time.
Yeah, it'd be neat. I mean, just in general, to get autographs. I mean, hell, I got an autograph puck of Dave the Hammer Schultz.
I have a Schmidt autograph baseball, but it'd be. So here's my thing. I'm okay with autographs. But I kind of look at getting stuff autographed as like I've gone to wrestling conventions and I have a ton of autographs, but they just sit in a folder. Whereas I'd rather pay for the picture and have that brief discussion than just sign here, move on.
Yeah, I mean, I see that.
There's more of a personal interaction with the photo than there is with the autograph.
Yeah, I can see that. Because I know, well, you've seen my basement. I have pucks and helmets.
Yeah.
Out. And a lot of those me and Matt went for. Yeah, we went to places to get those autographs.
My buddy Frankie from Broken Kayfabe sent me a Phillies helmet a few months back. If you remember, I took a picture of it and sent it to you, and I said, "Did you do this? Did you send this to me?"
I remember that.
And I still, the best I can nail it down is probably the 2016 season, because I can make out Ryan Howard's autograph, but so few guys include their number with their autograph that trying to figure out who is who has just been miserable.
I bet. I mean, yeah.
And it's on a mini helmet, so they're squeezing them in, and it's an awesome gift, and I totally appreciate it. I just wish I could figure out whose autograph is whose.
It's a project for you.
It has been. But
since we've gone off the rails.
Yeah, that's all right. That's what we do.
That's what we normally do.
Let's knock this out. Let's get to the plugs real quick. You can catch me every other week on the Rock and Randy's Pro Wrestling Outlaws podcast, where myself and the other moderators of the Rock and Randy's Pro Wrestling Outlaws Facebook group bring our admin chat live and in audio color to you, the listener. We've actually had some pretty good performing episodes recently. Right before Christmas, we did a Christmas movie discussion with Chris Spiker and Barry Rose, who is one of the co-hosts of Breaking Kayfabe with Bowdrin and Barry, where we discussed Die Hard, Gremlins, and a few other non-traditional Christmas movies.
To stop you there, don't want to interrupt you there, but I got to. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, according to Bruce Willis.
Yes, and if you listen to the episode, Barry would say, "Fuck that." It is a Christmas movie. Barry's a freaking sweetheart of a guy. Now, I'm really appreciative that he took some time out to come on our rinky-dink show and hang out with us and talk movies and low-key big racks and other entertaining topics. You got to listen to understand what that's all about. But it was a good 2-hour discussion, and then we recorded one right before New Year's Eve, and it was just me and Albert and Diggy. And the first hour of this pro wrestling podcast, we didn't talk pro wrestling. We talked about Norm Macdonald and the Muppets. And
Jeez.
Norm is referenced quite regularly on the show, actually. But we always have a lot of fun, and I record that the weeks I don't do this show. So please check us out if you are a wrestling fan or you know any of us that do the show. I have an A show plug in here, and I don't know if the A show is current or if they are still on break. I would have to ask Matt about that, and I probably should. So real quick plug for the A show. It's on CKCC Radio, and you can find that wherever you get your podcasts. I had mentioned Frankie from Broken Kayfabe. Please check him and Ariel out. They are not on a regular schedule. They just kind of post whenever Frankie gets time to edit and post an episode. I think he has like 4 in the chamber and just hasn't had a chance to edit them and post them yet. But that's it for actual plugs. I got nothing else.
I'm good.
Because my life's been insane the last couple of weeks.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
You're very privy to what's been going on. Well, with that, thank you for joining us for episode 60 of the None Other Sports Podcast. You can find us online at our Linktree account. Just click the link in the episode description, and that'll take you to all of our social media pages, our Teespring site, and our YouTube page, where if you want to, you can also watch us. And I believe you said we've been getting quite a few views on YouTube.
Yes, we have.
Much more than normal.
Yes,
so
we have.
We must finally be hitting some topics people want to watch our ugly mugs talk about.
Ugly mugs, yeah.
Yeah. Then the None Other Sports Podcast is available for streaming or download at Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podcast Addict. Where are we at? Audible, Pandora, iHeartRadio.
We're everywhere.
Amazon. We literally are everywhere.
I mean, if you can't find us, you're looking. You aren't looking.
Pretty much so. So when you do find us, please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. With that, I'm Jason.
I'm David.
We'll talk with you next time.
Have a good one.